tonight is gonna be awesome, 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 awesome. I swear tonight is gonna be awesome.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brit's Breakdown. I'm so excited to be back. I'm gonna be doing my 2-week postpartum update. So I had planned to do a 1-week postpartum update and try to do one every week for like the first month, but obviously the 1 week didn't happen, so here I am on the 2-week. So just to get into it, I'm gonna start with how Kai's doing, and then I'm gonna talk about how I'm doing. So Kylan is doing awesome. So starting with his weight, when he was born, he was 7'3", 7 pounds 3 ounces, 20.5 inches long. So not it's super big, but you know, medium. Audrey was 11.5. So I usually have babies in the 7-pound range, which is I think perfect for me. Like they're not tiny, but they're not humongous. So anyway, he was 7'3", 20.5 inches long. I had a super uncomplicated birth. If you haven't seen my birth vlog, link is below. Go watch that. But yeah, it was really, really fast. I'm actually gonna be doing a birth story video, so I'm not gonna talk too much about the birth. But anyway. So he went to the doctor that week for his first appointment. I think it was on the Friday of the week he was born. And he had actually gained weight. A lot of times when they're in the hospital, it's pretty normal for babies to lose weight. And then they gain it back, hopefully, once they're eating and all that stuff. So the exciting thing is my milk came in really fast. It actually came in like almost less than 48 hours after I had him. I had him on a Monday and my milk came in on Wednesday morning. So that was really great. So he was able to start eating right away. So when we went to the doctor, he was already up to his, back up to his birth weight and actually had gained past it. So he was up to 7'5", and that was a week ago. So he goes back to the doctor this Thursday. And my next update, I'll tell you kind of how much he's gained, but I can definitely tell he's gained weight because his cheeks are starting to fill out, and yeah, so he's doing really good. He's a really great nurser. He latched right away, thankfully, whenever we were in the hospital, and he nurses every 2 to 3 hours. He can make it 3-hour stretches during the day, but he's usually about 2.5 to 3 hours. He's sleeping really well during the day. Obviously, newborns, they sleep a ton. So I figured out that he really likes being swaddled. So he's always swaddled during the day and at night. He just does really well with that. Audrey, I feel like we swaddled her for like the first week or so, and then she didn't really care. But he really likes being swaddled, so we swaddle him. He does take a pacifier. I'm always a little bit leery about giving them a pacifier just because I don't want them to get confused with the breastfeeding, but Audrey was the same way. She never got confused with a pacifier and with breastfeeding, and he's the same way too. He nurses really well, so I was pretty comfortable giving him a pacifier in between. Plus, I have him on kind of a schedule, so a lot of times they suggest you don't give them a pacifier because then, you know, you don't know when they're hungry because they have the pacifier in. But during the day, I actually wake him up every 3 hours to eat if he's not awake, which the doctor did suggest because obviously you want to keep them on a schedule. You don't want them to go too far in between feedings, mainly for them to gain weight and also just for your milk supply. You don't want to go too far. But then at night, his doctor actually said because he's gained weight already and he's doing really great that I don't need to wake him up at night to feed. But he actually wakes up every 2 to 3 hours anyway at night. So anyway, a lot of times newborns have a 2-week growth spurt, and I've definitely noticed that. Like he, for a couple days, was cluster feeding at night where he would just like want to eat every hour, just like all the time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, is my supply low or is he not eating enough? But then I remember that a lot of times they have a 2-week growth spurt and they just want to eat a lot. So he did that for like a couple days, and now he's back to his every 2 to 3 hour schedule. So as far as sleeping goes, he's not really that fond of the crib. Which is totally normal. They're used to being in you for 9 months and like cozy and cuddle up, and then, you know, a crib is like a new experience. I realized I was a little bit spoiled because Audrey, when I had her, she was such an independent baby. Like she would just sleep in her crib, and then she would wake up and eat, and then she would be back in her crib and she could care less. And I kind of thought that was normal because that was the only experience I had, and I kind of just thought all babies did that. But no, she was really independent because he just doesn't really like his crib, which is normal. So we're working through that. But other than that, he is a really chill baby. Austin and I have talked about several times the difference of personality. Like Audrey was a great sleeper, but she was very high maintenance and like drama queen and like typical girl. Like You know, there were times where she'd be fed, she'd be dry, and then she would still just be fussy, and we're just like, I don't know what to do. Kai is really chill. Like, as long as he's not hungry, his diaper's not wet, and he's swaddled, he is happy. Like, he just chills. And I know that he's still a newborn, so that might change, you know, as he kind of, usually when they hit the 1 month or the 6 week mark, they kind of wake up a little bit and their personality sometimes changes. So I'm hoping that he'll still stay chill, but as of right now, he is pretty low key, and yeah, as long as he's not hungry and not wet, he's just good to go. So that's really been nice. As far as like how him and Audrey interact, Adriana is doing really great. I'm sure if you guys follow our vlog channel, you've seen how she interacts with him. She loves him, which I'm really excited. I was a little bit nervous, you know, bringing him home, and I was like, I hope she doesn't, you know, dislike him, and she loves him. Any sort of behavior problems we've had have just been with Austin and I, which is totally normal. You know, it's just all the changes, and it's actually gotten better as the days progressed. When we first brought him home, she loved him and she was great, but then, you know, she obviously was kind of jealous whenever she saw me with him, and so I just tried to reassure her that, you know, she could be next to me while I breastfeed him, and that I was there, and I tried, you know, I really try hard not to tell her like, no, you know, go away, or even when she wants to hug him, like I try to obviously monitor her because she doesn't understand that he's like fragile and all that. So I'm like, I try to monitor her also while encouraging her to like, you know, show him love. I don't want her to feel like she can't come near him, because that's like the worst thing to do when they're getting used to a new sibling, is to be like, no, don't touch him, you know. So I'm also gonna try to make sure that she's encouraged to like give him kisses and hugs, but then not overboard. I don't know. It is definitely difficult to just juggle that because, you know, she's used to being the only one for a while, but she's doing really, really well. And, you know, she does act out a little bit here and there and test the limits, but I feel like that's completely normal. And considering she's only 17 months, I think she's doing amazing with the change. And she absolutely loves him. Like, the first thing she does when she wakes up is she's like, baby Kai, where's Kai? Or when she comes home from somewhere, she asks about him. She's very concerned about him when he cries. She runs over and, you know, wants to console him. So that's so sweet to see that she's doing really well with him. As far as me updating, I feel great. I know a lot of you had kind of commented, you know, seeing me out and about and like were kind of concerned. I'm really, really blessed that I have very easy deliveries. With Audrey, I think after I had her, I was out after like a week. She was a summer baby, so I was able to get out because it wasn't cold and all that. And so I was out pretty fast with her as well, just because I felt fine. And then with him, I felt great as well. And so I've been out, and I think also because we live in LA, it's not the typical November weather where it's like freezing cold and you don't want to go out with a baby, obviously, when it's that cold. So that's been nice to be in LA and it's warm. And I've tried not to take him too many places just because of germs. And when we do take him out, I do have him like on my ergo. I do have him in the ergo carrier with the cover on, or in his car seat with the cover, and we haven't really done anything where people are like passing him around, just because, you know, there are germs and he's still pretty little. So when we go out, I do try to make sure he's pretty protected. But yeah, I feel great. And the awesome thing about having a baby, God is so amazing with how he's created our bodies. Like, not only does he give you the ability to birth a child, but then he also helps your body, you know, the way he created it, where you nurse, it like helps heal your body on top of that. So I feel like between having a really easy delivery, not really tearing, sorry, TMI, but I just had a great delivery and it was really low key, and I just feel awesome. Like, I feel like I'm back to myself. And then with nursing, like, that's really helped with the healing process and all that stuff. So to get into the whole weight loss thing, because I know that's like the big thing, you know, after you have a baby, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, weight loss and all that. I'm really excited that I'm actually back in my non-maternity jeans, which has been really nice. They're not like super loose, and you know how you have different jeans depending on your weight. Like, I have like my skinny jeans that are like when I'm really good shape, and I have my normal jeans that's like just normal. I'm definitely in the normal ones, but I'm still excited I'm not in my maternity jeans anymore. And it's just been nice to have like clothing options again now that I don't have a big belly. So yeah, I don't really focus a lot on losing weight. My last appointment when I was still pregnant, I was at 142. That was my final weigh-in. So for those of you who guessed what my final weight would be, you were right, 142. With Audrey, I was at 145 by the end. And so I gained, let's see, I started out at 115. So I gained about 30 pounds, which is pretty normal. I actually don't know how much I weigh now. I don't really focus on like the scale after I have a baby. I try not to focus on that. Plus I don't have a scale. So I don't actually know how much I weigh, but I just kind of go off of how my jeans fit and just how I'm feeling. And I feel like I've lost a decent amount of weight, but I don't really know how much. And like I said, I don't really focus on that. Breastfeeding is a really natural, easy way of losing weight. It's definitely my secret weapon. With Audrey, I lost so much weight just from breastfeeding because of the amount of calories you have to burn to produce milk. I don't really focus on the weight loss because breastfeeding does a lot of it for me, which is really awesome. So I feel great. I am holding myself back from going to work out, run, and all that. I mean, like after you have a baby, you have this release where you're like, I feel amazing, and like, you know, I don't have that big belly and I can do whatever, but you still want to, you know, make sure that you're not going overboard. So I'm holding myself back because I really want to just go run and all the stuff that I couldn't do, but I know that I should wait a little bit more. So I probably won't start getting back into like working out per se until another couple weeks or so. But like I said, the breastfeeding has really helped. And then I'm pretty active between chasing Audrey around all day. Yeah, I don't know, I feel great. So I'm gonna do a belly shot. I have no shame, and I know it's always interesting to see, like, I like seeing progression when people have a baby and they show their belly. Like, it's always interesting to see. So here is my belly. This is what it looks like 2 weeks postpartum. The line that you guys see is called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, the linear nigra? Anyway, it's a line you get whenever you're pregnant. I don't know if all pregnant women get that, but I always have gotten it when I was pregnant. I didn't really get stretch marks this time around, which was nice. With Audrey, I got a few stretch marks, but they ended up fading like after 6 months or so. And this time around, I didn't really get any. My belly is always really dark though after I have a baby. It's like a balloon, it deflates. Oh yeah, so for those of you who've never had a baby before, in case you're wondering, like, yeah, why is your belly, like, why is that such a big deal? Like, you might see a woman who's had a baby and they still look pregnant. It's because your uterus it's like a balloon, like it's huge after you have a baby, and it slowly has to deflate and go back to normal size. So the belly that most of the time that you see is actually the uterus that is still inflated. So that's why you still look pregnant after your baby. That's kind of sometimes the most, it's not depressing, but like kind of a little bit of a depressing part when you leave the hospital, is because, you know, you just want this flat belly and you walk out and you still look like 5 months pregnant, but it's just part of the process. It's different for everyone. I've heard some people say, you know, well, my mom's belly was completely flat after she had a baby. So I'm like, more power to you. But I feel like the average woman, you still look about 5 months pregnant after you have a baby. And that's just the way it is. And I feel like I was a lot more comfortable with that this time around. I mean, I'd still kind of like look down and be like, oh, I have a jelly belly. But I mean, I know what it is, and that's just part of having a baby. Oh, speaking of the belly though, with Audrey, I didn't wear any sort of like belly band or anything. This time around, I ordered this, I call it a girdle. It's not a girdle, it's like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a belly band, and it cinches your waist in, so after you have a belly, it helps with your uterus, helps your uterus kind of go down. And it's adjustable, and I really wish I would have paid more attention to the brand. I just ordered off of Amazon based on the reviews it had. It was like 30 bucks, but I don't remember the exact name, so I'll try to research it and leave that for you guys. But I would highly recommend, if you're having a baby, ordering something like this, because like I said, it's not gonna make you skinny, but it helps kind of hold everything in, and it helps in the process. I feel like it's made a huge difference. Like, I feel like my belly's gone down so much faster this time around because I wore this, and I wore it every day. During the day, I didn't wear it like to bed or anything. And the cool thing about it is it's adjustable, so you can make it as tight as you want or as small as you want. So as you lose weight, you can make it smaller. So I pretty much wore this 24/7. And like I said, I feel like it made a huge difference. It might just be in my head. I think it's kind of a mental thing too. It's like, you feel like it's making you flatter, but I don't know. I just thought it was cool. So like I said, I'll try to find the name of it. I don't remember. I ordered it off of Amazon, and it was like 30 bucks. So anyway, let's see. So yeah, I think we're doing really good. I mean, obviously I am sleep deprived. That's the part of having a newborn that's kind of tough. You know, he does wake up every 2 to 3 hours. I don't really have more than a 3-hour stretches of sleep right now, but that's pretty normal. And it is amazing that I can still function off of that. There's times where I'm like super tired, and then I'll just take like a power nap and I feel amazing. So God is good. He is helping me survive the sleep deprivation. Austin has been amazing. just with like helping at night, and then also he's been really great with taking Audrey out. Like that's been a huge thing this time around. Obviously when we had Audrey, it was like she was the only child we had, so I could just focus all on her. But this time, you know, we have Audrey and then Kai. So it's been so nice that she's been able to like kind of bond with him, and they go out and do things, and like, I don't know, their relationship has gotten so much stronger. It's so cute. She's totally daddy's girl now, which I knew would happen, you know, after I had the baby. So anyway, that is the 2-week postpartum update. I will be doing a birth story video. Hopefully, yeah, that should be up sometime this week. So make sure you tune into that. And if you haven't seen the birth vlog, go ahead and watch that. Austin did a really great job with filming and editing that. And so you guys can kind of see what happened, and then my birth story, I'm going to kind of go into detail and try to kind of explain kind of what was going on. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much. I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all of your sweet comments and congratulations. Like, I could not reply to everyone, but I just want you to know I really appreciate them, and I saw all of them, and it was so sweet, and you guys are awesome. And yeah, I'm just excited to just update you guys each week and just let you guys be a part of our journey. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Actually, no, you will see me in the next video. I always say I will see you in the next video, but I don't ever see you. Anyway, bye.
Man, tonight is gonna be awesome, 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 awesome. I swear tonight is gonna be awesome, 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 awesome. Man, tonight is gonna be awesome, 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 awesome. I swear tonight is gonna be awesome, 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 awesome. And I ain't gotta worry on my mind.